We've been under mostly cloudy skies. Thankfully, we really avoided most of the rain. The heaviest still offshore, and a lot of the rain that we have seen today has been fairly light, well below the threat for any kind of flooding. Overcast skies. We've had some breaks in the clouds at times. A 69-degree reading. It has felt very nice outside, though, the last couple of days. 56-degree dew point. Winds out of the northeast at 16 miles an hour. Here is that very well-defined low. What's also very interesting with this system is there clearly is the center of that low, but there is another low that is kind of fired up, maybe just behind our little banner here, but there is a secondary low right there. So it's kind of twofold with these surface lows that have developed, and this again is all in association with a big upper level low. And there's kind of a saying, upper low forecasters woe, because it is very difficult to forecast these systems. Had this little low been a little bit more to the west, we would right now be under some very heavy rain, and that's what most of the model guidance had been indicating, that this low would be more almost due south of, say, Barataria or Terrebonne Bay. Well, it's almost due south of the mouth of the river, so the heaviest rainfall is displaced to our east. Not that I think anybody is going to complain about that. So the mouth of the river has some of the moderate to heavy rainfall, and it's been more light rain that has spread across Mississippi over the last several hours. Now, the winds have been pretty strong associated with that low. Again, here's the mouth of the river. Pilottown winds sustained at 23, gusting up to 33, but we've had gusts offshore, and again, fairly widespread in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range of gusts, well away from the center of that low. Again, this is a non-tropical low. 71 degrees was our high today, well below the average, and another fairly almost cool afternoon in the 60s and low 70s at the moment, with those winds still out of the east, although we're starting to see a northeasterly wind, so we may begin to see some of that water that has been able to get into the lake start moving toward the lakefront, but also in the river parishes, could lead to some flooding there. Now, good news is during the day tomorrow, we will see a north and then northwesterly wind, so the winds will begin changing direction, and with more of a westerly component to that wind tomorrow, that will begin pushing the water away. Here is the woe in our forecasting, this big upper level low that has developed those, again, two almost well-defined surface circulations. The one that we've been watching, though, is almost due south or almost southeast of the mouth of the river, so the heaviest of the rainfall stays there. So as you watch our model guidance, we really see very little, if anything, through the night and into early tomorrow as this low moves northward. So I've got our rain chances down much, much lower through the overnight. We'll remain under kind of this area where we could still see some of these showers kind of moving in from the east overnight with a low-end threat for street flooding, but I think that threat is very minimal, and even the model guidance in the next several hours, going through the next 24 hours, calling for most of the heavier totals to stay offshore, with maybe some heavier amounts into Mississippi, perhaps parts of the North Shore exceeding maybe an inch or so if some of that heavier rainfall is able to move in. And the coastal flood warnings, which stay in effect through tomorrow, we will again quickly start to see improving conditions, as we'll have a northerly wind tomorrow during the day, and then I think by the afternoon more of a westerly wind, which then starts to push the water away. So fairly quiet weather for Thursday and especially Friday with more sunshine. Then a little disturbance and a cold front will move in, bringing a chance for showers and thunderstorms Saturday into early Sunday. With it, less humid air and very pleasant as we head into Sunday and the first half of next week.
All right, thank you, Chris.